What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. This is THS Wrestling, This Week in Wrestling. My name is John. I'm joined by Neeson, and I'm joined by special guest, my brand new puppy, Camilla. Hi, say hi. Say hi. Okay. She kind of just woke up, but we're taking shifts. So she is 8 weeks old, and oh boy, this is a task, my friends. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. Obviously, we're streaming on Facebook, Twitch. Are we streaming on 2 Twitches?
Yeah, we're all streaming on. I put my Twitch in there to see if it worked or not.
2 Twitches in paradise. There you go.
Let's see if it'll work.
And we're also on YouTube. Matthew, Thomas, what's going on, guys? Justin, what's going on? We're going to be talking about WWE, NXT, AEW, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, all while a small pup sits in my lap. Neeson, how you doing?
I am tired. Let's be honest. I'm tired, but I am great. I am happy to be here. It's been one hell of a week. I feel like we didn't have a show last week. I don't know, for some reason.
Same.
I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm just like, yeah. Guys, you're just about to see me just catching up with Pinko on this episode. Just like, how's life? I know you had a pup. I've been excited seeing a pup all week. And yeah, man, it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. shirt on. It's been a great week. Shout out to Vince McMahon, Kevin Feige, for just pulling strings and just keep pulling our coattails as fans. Just terrible. It's been great.
Boy, it has been a good week and a hectic week, and a lot going on in wrestling. You guys going to be in Tampa for Mania? No.
Actually,
what?
So if you guys know, GCW are great friends with THS Wrestling. GCW is running some things down there. Actually, running a pretty. They're running the
collective. Yeah,
they're running some pretty big shows down there, and also WrestleCon will be down there. So THS will be a part in some way, somehow. We are working out the kinks, and it just may be flying down to Tampa, Florida. So
as always, news to me.
It's all up in the air right now, and we're honestly just waiting to see what happens with COVID and especially with WWE and fans, because they're waiting to see what happened. That's why they have not released tickets yet. Yeah. So it's just all waiting up in the air stuff. So guys, we could have some big things. Either way, we're gonna have some big things happening for WrestleMania weekend. Will we be physically there in person? Yeah.
Possibly. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Well,
possibly go wrong.
It was also Agatha all along.
I assume you've heard the remix of that song, right?
That is the best workout song I've had in the last probably like 2 years. Probably since I found all of CFO. CFO has been my workout playlist for like the last year. Mm-hmm. I just play I go to CFO and just play all their songs. But the Agatha remix, the hip,
so good.
Oh my god, that's why, guys. It's not a reason drinking purple sparkling water, because it was Agatha all along. Shout out Ty Dolla Sign, Ty No Dollar Sign. That's actually my brother. Shout out to him tuning in.
I went, wait, what?
Ty Dolla Sign. Matthew was already in the comments talking about Big E turning. What's going on? What is going on, guys? What is going on? Clearly, Big E's not turning. Ever. If you've seen the 24 episode, they're never turning Big E.
Never. So, guys,
this is the catch-up episode, guys.
This is the catch-up episode, and I wish I had could catch up on some sleep, but I can't. But a good thing that I have Death Wish coffee deathwishcoffee.com, promo code #show at checkout for 10% off your order. Nailed it. This household is in desperate need of Death Wish coffee at every point in every day. When you got, I guess, Camilla, the little pup now, she's laying down. She's having a good time.
Why did I just realize? Like you told us, you said in our chat, you said Camilla might stream tomorrow, and I said in my mind, I'm like, I'm lost. Like, who the hell is Carmella? Is he talking about Carmella? I didn't know you named the dog Camilla. I didn't know that. I know we talked about you getting a dog, and you're like, you didn't have a name yet, but we didn't know we named it Camilla, man. Shout out to Camilla. Shout out to the Camilla the pup.
She's just completely out. You can see her ear from time to time.
Again, Killer Cam.
All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's start with WWE. Go Cubs, go. Sure.
No.
Why not?
No.
No, I mean, let's go Mets, obviously.
Avi.
Okay, so WWE, let's talk about what happened this week. And we start off the week with, we have a brand new WWE champion. That's what we did last week. We crowned a new WWE champion, The Miz. But Miz got some help. And as we suspected, Bobby Lashley was the first one to get a title shot, but he had to go through Braun, right?
Yes, he had to go through Braun as said Shane McMahon. Now, I would say this. Raw, we have crapped on Raw probably for the whole year. For the whole pandemic, we probably have crapped on Raw.
Yes.
And, they had their deservingly so. Like, it just wasn't anything to sink your teeth into. But I will say this Raw and now this storyline, and not just because it was the last Raw of Black History Month, not just because Bobby Lashley is finally get his just due, but it had a lot to do with that. It had a lot to do with the latter. This Raw was actually really good, even with the Papa Shango, Randy Orton spitting up blood, our Black Ooze. It was just dope, man. And I felt like everything felt important. And this was the Raw that really kicked it into Mania for me. Mania season. So kudos to them. But with Shane, you felt it with Shane McMahon really being back, and potentially we have a Shane Braun Strowman match for Mania, probably, which would be crazy. Braun Strowman, looking like a monster he is. Adam Pearce somehow playing the card, Miz being champion, a perfect like Weasel champion that we're gonna have. It just felt real. I don't know about you, but it really felt like, and with Lashley being steaming up ahead, it just feels like, is this Bobby's world?
And I mean, you asked me that earlier, and I think it is. I think it's time. I think it's great that Miz is champion right now, because it's something a little different. But let's do something very different, and let's make Bobby Lashley the WWE champion, because since he's come back, and more so since he's been with MVP and the Hurt Locker, he's been on fire. He just hurt. What did I say? Hurt Locker. Like I said, guys, not a lot of sleep over here. Since he's been with the Hurt business, we've seen a whole nother side of him, mainly because, and I know he has been cutting promos, but it's been MVP doing most of the heavy lifting on that end. But it's great to see Lashley. I guess you could say the Lashley that Impact Wrestling knew they had, that could carry their show and be a champion. So this is great. I really, really hope he wins the championship on Monday. Now that we have the match on Monday, it's a one-on-one match. It is, I feel, must-see TV. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to watch this to see who is going to come out champion. And I just hope they do the deal. And I hope that there's no shenanigans that keeps Miz as the champion. But it's WWE, so.
Do you think, and I would ask the chat, one, do you guys think is it Bobby's world right now? Is it Bobby Lashley's time? especially after seeing we're closing out Raw with him. This was the image of closing out Raw. Is it Bobby Lashley's time? But do you honestly think do you think that Bobby Lashley is gonna walk into Mania champion when you have Drew McIntyre? He didn't show up on Raw yet last week for a reason, and he still wants his comeuppance. Don't you think he's gonna interfere and stop him from winning a championship? And then we're probably gonna get a triple threat maybe at Fastlane or something.
Ooh, between him, Lashley, and Miz.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Fastlane because once again, I completely forgot we had Fastlane because it's like we're on the road to WrestleMania. We should just continue on that road and not make any pit stops. But
we're on a fast lane to WrestleMania.
The fast lane to WrestleMania. We got to get all the way over to the left, I guess. I mean, that could be the way to go, but then I just look. I'm going to be real honest with everyone. I think the Drew McIntyre experiment is over. And it's not his fault. I feel like the way he was booked wasn't great. And just the people he was facing, besides Orton, I thought the Orton stuff was great. But, you know, it's just kind of, it doesn't, I don't know. It's just not hitting for me. So I would love for them to give Bobby Lashley the ball and run with it for Monday Night Raw. I think that would be great.
I completely agree with you. And I think it's the things we talked about for this past pandemic with Drew McIntyre. It's no fault to him. And I think he had the same problem that Jon Moxley had when his title reign. It was no fault to him. It was just casualty of the circumstance, man. And, you know, when you look back, you see that you had Randy Orton, like he fought Randy Orton for 6 months out of the year. And then, like, you know, this basically the first fresh contender to Drew McIntyre is Bobby Lashley. And so for Bobby Lashley to actually, you know, possibly win, I think if Bobby Lashley doesn't win, it's like it'll be tough for Drew to bounce back. Who else does he bounce back besides that? I think in order to freshen up Drew, you give it to Bobby Lashley. And on top of that, in order to freshen up Raw, you give it to Bobby Lashley. On top of that, with Bobby Lashley winning, that means MVP has, you know, he's in the title picture. MVP is in the title picture. Not talking about fighting for the gold, but I'm talking about as a managerial role. He's in the picture. And if that's something you should be excited for, I mean, it is something that you should be excited for, not if. It is something you should be excited for because MVP on the mic in the title picture is money, 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 and business is booming with the Hurt.
And I mean, Justin makes a good point here. I mean, Drew got cheated out of his Mania moment. I mean, I agree with that, and I could see him getting the title at Mania. But I mean, I don't know. I would like to see. I'd like to see Lashley get the ball and run with it. I think it'd be fun. I think it would be different. And I mean, also Matthew says he was the best booked face champion in years. I don't. Do you agree? You agree with that?
I absolutely agree. I don't know who else would you put besides. Who else was a face champion in WWE besides like Cena?
Kofi.
Fuck. Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's not the Universal Champion. You are right. But, Kofi.
I mean,
but I would no. That's tough. Kofi, yes, but I feel like they didn't give Kofi as the same way they didn't give Drew enough to sink his teeth into to have stories to climb. Like,
right, he fought Ziggler and Randy Orton. They both fought Ziggler and Randy Orton, and there's probably like a third person that they both fought.
AJ Styles
and AJ. Yeah, it's very strange that like those are the three guys that they put the faces up against each time. Like that feels kind of tired to me.
That's the heels. The heels are the issue with WWE, which that's been, you know, we don't build up the monsters to actually have the monsters lose at WWE. We build up the monsters to have them stay monsters for fucking ever. like Brock Lesnar, you could count his losses on one hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Reigns and Rollins are both faces when they got the title, but I think honestly, I think Seth Rollins should never be a face ever again. Like it's not his jam. I think Roman can switch back and forth for sure. Absolutely.
I don't want to see it anytime soon, but I want to see Roman as head of the table face. I want to see this iteration of Roman as a face.
That'd be interesting. I don't know how they would do it, but
they need to build up a monster.
Yeah,
they need to stop playing with Karrion Kross and bring him to the main roster and stop having them do DQ matches with the cruiserweight champion that nobody gives a damn about.
Like, what was the point? What did that do for either one of them? Nothing.
I feel like I feel like that was like, okay, let's like for Mania, doesn't it feel like we're gonna get Adam Cole, like we're gonna get a triple threat Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Finn Balor for the NXT Championship?
It kind of feels that way, but I feel like Cole has to run through. Well, I assume we're going to have a Roderick Strong match in there somewhere where him and Roddy fight, which we'll talk about.
So we're just going to have... Is this going to be Undisputed Era, like a 4-corner Undisputed Era match?
That would be awful. And I hope they don't do that. Not because they like I'm like doing the whole Undisputed Era, they're all fine wrestlers thing. I just think it would be awful because that would be like a dumb blow off for Undisputed Era because clearly Adam Cole's the one that hates them all.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they go, oh yeah, I also hate you, longtime tag team partner, all of a sudden?
Yeah, only one I'm really iffy about is Bobby Fish, but because of course he hasn't been there due to injury. But I think Kyle O'Reilly could say like the Adam Cole thing. Of course, Adam Cole, but he could also do the Roderick Strong thing, just like you never mess with me in the front. We brought you in, or whatever. Like he was the last one. Or I'm just game for a KO versus Adam Cole, like best of 7. I'm game for that. I'm down for it.
That'd be fun. I'd be fine with that.
1,000% on board.
All right, let's move on. No, it's fine. I mean, everybody saw it coming from a mile away, like a big old WrestleMania sign hung in the rafters. Bianca Belair picked Sasha Banks to face at WrestleMania. Pretty good promo where we had once again Reginald coming out, and this dude's got a theme song, and some people can't even get entrances on television. But he's entertaining, so I mean, I can't hate too much. But anyway, great promo by Bianca, even better promo by Sasha, taking some jabs in the process, and we're off to the races. Neeson, the floor is yours.
Guys.
For the boss, the blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, the queen of the sale, the draw, the DDT and Boba Fett Mandalorian, Sasha Banks
came in and not only inserted this whole thing saying if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, basically. Yep. And Bianca Belair says, well, I am the best. I am the EST of the WWE. So I'm going to choose you so I can beat the best. I'm not going to lie. All jokes aside, all Sasha fandom aside, all those things aside, I legitly got emotional when I seen this happen. If you guys know, I've been preaching about they should have it, not only because this is the match everybody wants to see. This is the match that we've been feeling that's going to happen since last year Mania, but also because it'll be the first time 2 African-American women have had single matches against each other in Mania, plus for a title. And I damn sure think they should headline the first night, like Ken said in the chat. And I just think all that history made, all of it is just such a beautiful thing, and being coupled with the last SmackDown on Black History Month and not really feeling, as weird as it may be to you guys or it may sound to you guys, I feel like this Black History Month, I just felt it wasn't really treated as genuine, because I felt like everybody was trying to like, oh, well, we gotta please him because of last summer. Like it just felt real weird. But I felt this moment was as real for Bianca as it was for all of us, and you could see it in Bianca's eyes. That it really hit her, as cheesy as the point was, and like her just standing there and like holding it for so long, and then the fireworks in the middle of SmackDown. I felt it. And I tell you, my eyes started to water. Then I went online and I started seeing all the different fan pictures of these two beautiful Black women, these two beautiful, strong, courageous, just top of their field. Not even like, oh, we're just going to give them this to them. No, these two women earned their spot. Sasha Banks is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I didn't say female wrestlers, I said wrestlers. And that's coming out of everyone's mouth now. Like, Bianca Belair is one of the best athletes and gonna be one of the best wrestlers in the world. Understand that the structure of the NXT, the best, if you want to say who is the pinnacle NXT athletes, like who did they graduate? It's gonna be Roman Reigns, and it's gonna be Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Those are the people that started. This is NXT homegrown.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those to be Bianca Belair, a Black woman, and now on a fast track to being a mainstay against one of the best wrestlers in the world, against another Black woman in headlining Mania. When I saw that, I was like, when I saw those pictures and I was just going through them, and I was like, damn, like this is, the kid me would be just gawking and like, I probably have a poster in my wall. Like, legit. I mean, the kid,
you still could.
I still could, but the kid me will probably have a poster on my wall. So I just want to say thank you to WWE for actually seeing their talents, recognizing their talents, and not doing it because it'll be the cool thing to do, but to do it because it's the right thing to do, and to do it because these women have earned their spot to do this. And also just thanks to all of us, like all our fans. Like, we actually got behind something, not because it was the cool thing to do, but because they deserved it and they put their heart into it. So that moment was more than just a WrestleMania pointing moment. It was a proud, emotional moment for me, man. And if this is my first Mania that I am going to, trust me, this is the match that I'm probably, I couldn't get to the Kofi moment, but I legit, the moment we all had together watching Kofi win was the first moment I've ever seen everybody pop in a room and just lose their minds and all thankful. And it was just an emotional moment then. And if I could go for that, if I go for the Bianca versus Sasha, guys, I'm probably just gonna melt in my seat if I get to go for that.
The Alex Mack puddle. But seriously, Bianca's been ready for years. I thought she should have beaten Shayna Baszler, I think, the first time out. And she's put on great matches everywhere in NXT. She kind of went away for a minute when she got called up, but they brought her back stronger than ever. I'm very excited for this match. It should absolutely main event night one. I mean, if we had our way, it main event night two, I think. But I think night one is main event. Main event is the main event. So I'm very excited for that match. Something else I'm oddly excited about is Apollo Crews comes out on SmackDown and cuts dare I say, the promo of his life.
You dare, you're right.
I don't know where this came from, but I'm glad it came from somewhere. He cut this promo that says, I've been hiding who where I've come from, all this stuff. Big E, you told me to go to catering. I went back to my roots. Gives little Uha Nation shout out there. Talks about what his colors represent. And then he, I think he quoted his grandfather, which, oh my goodness, what was the give them the steel they won't forget? Was it something like that? I can't remember, but it was a good quote.
I can't remember either, but it was a good quote. It was.
And then he proceeds to beat former WWE champion Shinsuke Nakamura,
the Intercontinental Champion.
He's a WWE champion.
Shinsuke Nakamura was not a WWE champion.
He wasn't? He didn't win it?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Remember he won the Rumble and went against AJ and lost.
But I thought he won it late. Man, am I just forgetting this? I gotta look it up.
Are you in the Mandela effect right now? That was good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pursuits. Wow, he hasn't been WWE champion. What am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of the new belt. Former Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura beats him. And Matthew in the chat says Apollo's heel turn long overdue. I think just Apollo underscore is long overdue. He is an amazing athlete. He has been once again for years, and he's been underutilized. And thank you, Ken. I think I was I don't know, Ken. I don't know if you joined the chat late, but I have a brand new pup who is sleeping, and it's been a rough couple of days. But apologies.
Did he win the NXT championship?
Yeah, 2 times. Anyway, I think just Apollo Crews in general is long overdue. I think this is great. I love that promo is great. I like where the character's going. It has a lot of potential. Let's see if they let it breathe and he gets to do his thing.
Well, like I said, SmackDown is the A show when it is probably the best sports entertainment wrestling show on television. And they pull out this, man. They pull out Apollo having a long overdue heel turn with one hell of a promo, dressed in Nigerian colors, showing his flag. The only thing I don't, it made me feel a little about was you could be, I feel like you can be a heel and not lean on the country. Like, it just felt like the whole xenophobe thing. With WWE, it's like, I'm from another country, so I'm going to be a heel.
Yeah.
So it just kind of, that rubbed me a little bit on the wrong side, but I mean, it gives Apollo something, and that is all we ask for. And we know everybody on the roster can't get something, and they get it when they're time. But this is why we have split rosters, so we can give people something.
Yes.
So kudos to them for giving him something, and I'm interested to see where it turns into. I don't think he's gonna still get the Intercontinental Champion from Big E, but I do think it's great. It's great for Big E. It's great for Apollo. It's great for the mid card.
Now, I guess my follow-up question is, you don't think he'll win the Intercontinental title, but do you think this will be a match at Fastlane, or do you think it'll go to Mania?
I think it'll be a match at Fastlane. I think they're really trying to make Big E. And when I say make Big E, he's already made, but they're trying to put him on a top of the roster, main event status. So you need to have him as a featured match for Mania. Now, unfortunately, SmackDown, I feel like honestly, if we just go at SmackDown roster, I feel like that's Jey Uso. I feel like Jey Uso is the guy. Jay Uso has a steel cage match coming up with Daniel Bryan this Friday night on SmackDown. Like, Jay Uso is that guy. And so that's, you let Jay Uso go after Big E, win or lose, which I think Big E should win Mania, lose after Mania, and then we have Big E versus Roman Reigns going into SummerSlam.
Yes.
He's like, okay, I'm coming after you now. You know, like kind of like the Austin, you know, Austin loses belt to Rock or whatever, and it's like, all right, have my Intercontinental title. Cool. I'm going after that. I'm going after that heavyweight title anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go, and it would be great to see after the fact. It would be great to see Jay and Roman both holding singles titles, and then who knows? Maybe you could, whenever Jimmy comes back, maybe you could do Jimmy versus Jay for the Intercontinental title.
Man, I thought Jimmy versus Jay was going to happen at Mania, even though he's back training. Jay posted some videos of Jimmy at the Performance Center doing some workouts. So maybe, but I think they're going to try to build out a stable, whole family stable.
Hey, I'm fine with that too. I think that would be, either way, I think it would be fun. Maybe they do the Jay Roman thing with Jay Jimmy. Maybe eventually he's like, all right, this is what it should be. So maybe the same thing. I don't know.
I can see that.
So did we all apologize to Pat McAfee this week? Did we all apologize to him? Adam Cole, firstly, let's see, he's turned on Kyle O'Reilly, and now he is turned on old Roddy Strong.
Shitty boots.
Shitty little boots. And I mean, this is crazy. I honestly thought we would never see, I thought we'd see Undisputed Era come up as a whole. I thought we would either see, oh, you all right there, pup? You doing okay? But yeah, this is absolutely nuts. I like where it's going, though. I almost wonder, because Pat McAfee is talking a lot of shit online. I wonder if he's going to try and get on the good side of Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly, and maybe we'll see Pat McAfee come back and do some stuff. But where do you think this is headed for the short term? Do you think it's gonna be O'Reilly versus Cole? Do you think it's going to be a triple threat? I know we talked about possibly having like a fatal 4-way. Do you think Adam Cole maybe recruits a new Undisputed Era?
If it ain't Kevin Owens, I don't want it. You know what? I don't know, and I'm excited about that. Right? I think
always the best.
Yes, I think. Look, we'll get to the main question of the title of this show, but I think it is Mania season, and they are turning the keys up on everything. They're giving us what we least expect. They're giving us what's going to happen next. We don't know, and I think one of those things happened to be this Undisputed situation. Now, do I like it? I don't think I like it, because I think it just feels too rushed, but I feel like they needed something. I feel like something needed to happen, and they probably felt like how we felt. They looked at it, was like, damn, like NXT needs a spark. It's somewhere. What can we do? And that was like break glass for emergency, break up Undisputed Era, because you just have so many possibilities what could come out of that. And man, I'm him hitting Roddy Strong in the note ads and just staring over him like peak Adam Cole is heel Adam Cole, guys. Like, Adam Cole as a heel is just fan effing tastic. As much as I love Adam Cole, like I feel like Adam Cole, I've never met Adam Cole, but I feel like he's like the greatest guy. From me just watching everything behind the scenes with him on Up, Up, Down, Down.
Oh, yeah.
And just like, he just seems like just this cool, like fun guy, right? Like but he's such a shitty heel. He's just
so
such
good
like,
at it.
he's just easy to hate. It's just so amazing. And like, kudos to you, bro. Cause like, I watched this and I'm just like, oh man, I hate you. I feel like it again, it goes to emotion. It's like, damn, like he just said he did such a great job of like, I'm sorry, guys. I let the thought of the title, I let it get to me. I'm so sorry. And like the crying, and I'm like, I'm like, is he gonna? Nah, he's wow, yeah, he's not gonna do it. Like, that's just a kind of cool story. Like, crazy Adam Cole is just going crazy, and they need to like rein him in, and boom, oh no, he's a dick. I was like, yes, Adam Cole, yes. I hate you, but yes, keep going. It's great, man. I love it. I effing love it.
Do you think it's enough though to keep NXT fresh? Because I mean, NXT, as I've said, is like the land of the heels, and also I guess the land of the in-betweeners. There's like very few people who are like considered full-on faces there, and if they were, they've muddied them enough to where it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't think this is enough, because Adam Cole as a heel is great. Roderick Strong as a face, we tried that. I mean, if they want to try again, that's fine, but I don't think it's going to work. I could buy Kyle O'Reilly as a face.
Absolutely. I was gonna say that's your white meat baby face right there.
Now, can you? Mike in chat says I love Kyle O'Reilly, but can't see him as a single star.
A single, as in WWE single star? Absolutely not. No.
So you think it? But in NXT, you're like, yeah,
absolutely.
Also, one thing I want to note is when they made the graphic for Bianca making the decision, they didn't include Io Shirai in it. So if you guys want to know what WWE thinks of NXT, there's your answer.
Guys, this whole and
I was told there was 3 brands.
So yes, and kudos to Bianca, because she's been saying in her own interviews about Io Shirai, and about how she lost to Io, and about how she never had that title, and about it'll be a great story. So she's been mentioning NXT, but that's because the wrestlers all, they have favor in their heart for NXT.
Yeah.
But I understand why WWE is doing what they're doing for COVID purposes for NXT this year. It sucks because NXT is literally going up against your competition again, which we'll get to, and you should figure out a way to make it feel important. But come on, guys, like you're not doing it. Like you definitely have 2 brands and a half going on over there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, let's get to it. We have one AEW piece of news, which I woke up to. I think it was it Wednesday morning or Tuesday? I can't remember what more.
It was Wednesday.
And I went, what? Paul White, the former Big Show, has signed with AEW. And I believe in the original presser, it said that he was going to do commentary and, quote, sometimes wrestle, I believe was what it said in the original thing. And then it was made, he's going to be on this week, which is, again, must-see TV. I really hope I don't think he needs to take any jabs. He probably will, though.
Come on.
It's AEW. Yeah, they've made him look like a fool on television sometimes as well. So we'll see. But he's going to do commentary on the next AEW Dark with Tony Schiavone. It's on Mondays, and it's called AEW Dark.
Is it like what's it called? It's like
I'm trying to find it, and I cannot.
It's not Revolution. It's not Evolution. It's not Retribution.
Retribution.
That's what it's called. Retribution. Wow, 2 Retribution Mondays. That's what we're getting, guys. Retribution Mondays. So I would ask this with Paul White, and I want to ask the chat. I want to ask everybody. Elevation. That's what it is. I want to ask the chat. I want to ask you, and that's the title of this episode. Is AEW taking over Mania season? They have not only opened the forbidden door, they have not only hired Paul White, aka Big Show, but they also during this time Sting has a match coming up. He is an official AEW on the roster now. Like they're really all the big wrestling news is now coming from AEW.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's not a coincidence that it comes out during the peak time of wrestling because of WWE. Like WrestleMania season is called that because of WWE. Like it's just there. So are they winning WrestleMania season? Is this are they taking it over right now? Are they winning the press? Like
they're winning the press, yes. I think because they outright refuse to not run a show Mania weekend. I don't know if I would say they're taking over the well, they're not taking over the week, the season. I think they are for sure.
Which that's like I know WWE has to be looking over there just like fuck. Like they just dropped a new show, be it's on YouTube, and I just feel like on a criticism side to AEW, like just I get that they get more views because it's YouTube and it's free, and you know over a longer period of time it can get a lot of views, but the credibility that it gives is just nothing. You know, but also
it doesn't really do anything for me.
Right. But also, you know, it's a whole generation of kids that just watch things on YouTube. So,
very true. We don't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Rogan's podcast is the thing, right? And it was the thing for YouTube for a long time before Spotify bought them up. So,
yep.
So it is. I get why, but at the same time, I don't know. But Paul White, AEW is building more interesting stories with their male wrestlers. Thank you for putting male wrestlers on there because they can't get right. They can't get right.
Hey, did you watch the Bleacher Report show tonight?
Bro, I was just about to say that. Like, how are they messing this up? How?
I don't know. I would yell about it more, but I have a sleeping pup in my lap, so I'm not really going to try and get riled up about it.
Oh yeah. AEW is winning when it comes to ratings and seasons, plus the doors are along with working with other companies. Yeah, I think that's they already won when they blew the doors open with all the other companies. So does WWE look at this and say it's time to play ball or to step up? Because they're not like, what can they do besides? Oh my God, I forgot to ask you about this.
Yes.
Daniel Bryan mentioned CM Punk on Talking Smack to Paul Heyman.
Did he?
Yes, he says, and I quote, unlike just like, or before he say, before CM Punk started to use it, Paul, I am the best wrestler in the world. And so walks off. And I was just like,
you think that's a sign?
Guys, look, I've had my heart broken many a times in these past weeks. And that's not even to play. That's actually real. And see, I'm not letting myself get riled up for CM Punk again. I can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. I swear you will not get me riled up for CM Punk ever again in my life. I won't. It's clobbering time. I mean, no, it's not. I just won't. I can't. You guys can't, right? You won't let your feelings get hurt like that. Look, we had WandaVision set us up for uh what is it, a Star Wars Mark Hamill type of cameo that was going to be this season. And so we all had our theories on who was going to be. Was it going to be a Magneto? Was it going to be a Professor X? Was it like, who was this person going to be? And it just turned out to be himself. And that's who it turned out to be. He was talking about himself the whole time. We got played. And so I don't want to get played again. I've been played time and time before with good old CM Punk, and I won't do it. I swear I won't get my hopes up. I'm not going to sit there and just be like this for the majority of WrestleMania season. I'm not going to do it. I'm not, guys. I'm not.
I have a CM Punk shirt that might fit you, Neeson, and I will give it to you.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why?
I'll take it.
Yeah, you will. I love CM Punk. CM Punk's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But when he left, and all the rumors, I think I got tired of people talking about it.
Same.
I think is what happened with me. And I'm kind of just like, if he shows up now, that'll be great. If he doesn't, that's fine. It would be monumental if he showed up for WWE, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
They need it. That's the only thing that'll save them. I feel like that's the only thing that's gonna save Mania season for them.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's not gonna do it, guys. Sorry. The Rock isn't happening.
Nope. Sorry. No, it is not. Let's move on to New Japan Pro Wrestling, because we talk about WWE and their situation, and I read some stuff earlier this week that I will talk about when we get to the end of this segment. But New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong and JPW Strong aired this Friday. Moxley retained the IWGP United States Championship against Kenta. It was a banger, worth the wait. Very good match. He beat him clean as a sheet. I was thinking maybe Kenny Omega would show up. That was, when I talk about I don't get my hopes up about CM Punk, I kind of got my hopes up about maybe that would happen. It didn't. Match was great. And it looks like we're, moving forward with Jon Moxley as the IWGP United States champion. And one other piece of news, but we'll talk about it all because I want to talk about the one piece of news that I don't have on here. Kota Ibushi beat Tetsuya Naito to retain the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. That was my face. You do all this this leg work in the beginning of the match, and then Kota just hits Kamigoye like 17 times and he's fine. Okay, I guess. So it was announced today that they're officially going to merge the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships to, Neeson, take note of the name, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Now let's take two things into consideration here. World Heavyweight title, they merge both the titles. Jon Moxley is still our United States champion. And I don't know if you saw, the Wrestling Observer said major networks are very impressed with what New Japan has done so far on Roku and with New Japan Strong. Do you think we could see New Japan on Monday nights.
Are you saying on their own show? Are you saying
Yes.
with Raw?
Yes.
Absolutely. I think that's if there's going to be a Monday night show that's going to compete against Raw, it's going to be New Japan Pro Wrestling. And that's because that's such a different form of product that they're not going to really capture the same amount of audience.
Right.
It'll be perfect for them. And then if they do capture some of WWE audience, better. So that's the company that will go head to head.
Well, and the other thing is, the forbidden door is kicked wide open. So we're getting talent. We're getting talent exchanges. So we could see AEW people show up on this New Japan Pro. Now that's just a rumor, everyone. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be cool if we saw them on Monday nights? There is more. The more rumor is that major networks are taking a look at New Japan a little closer, which is crazy to think that.
Crazy, guys.
The wrestling boom is for sure back. Like, it kind of has been back, but now it's like, okay, it's like if that happens, it's for sure back. 4 major shows during the week. That's insane.
Like I said, in the
4
chat,
major companies running. Sorry.
Yeah, like I said in the chat, rising tide lifts all boats. WWE has done an amazing thing with they've taken the steering wheel and taking pro wrestling sports entertainment to places that it's never been. And with that, what that does when that door gets open and blown open and left behind, other people could walk through and make their own space. And I think we're starting to see, whether you agree, like, or dislike what goes on with WWE, we're starting to see the benefits of that plan that Vince McMahon had about 50 years ago, right? Like the plan of, I want to take WWF at the time worldwide, and I want it to be a media company. This is what we're starting to see the benefits of, because we have something like New Japan Pro Wrestling, which has been around forever. We have them now being like networks saying, oh, they did that deal with Fox. Hey, we could take our wrestling, like we could take your wrestling and do a deal with such and such. They have the deal with not only Fox, but they have it with NBC Universal. That's an overall content deal where they're making shows for A&E, and they're making shows for USA, and they're making shows for NBC, and it's the content overall. The WWE is a media company. Okay, so we could put you guys, like, we know what we did with them 30 years ago. We could put you guys here and eventually invest in that. It's just such a beautiful thing to see, man. It's such a beautiful thing to see that our little our little fandom, our little thing that people made fun of, like as kids, is now $1 billion investment for these companies, and it's a beautiful thing to watch.
I actually can put this, if Tony Khan is still talking about another AEW show on TNT, what if it's a smokescreen for New Japan? That's what I originally thought the original New Japan announcement was going to be. I thought it'd be TBS though, but it turned out to be Roku. So, I mean, who knows? That would be very interesting. That's a theory I've had for a little bit. So I don't know, man. Things are getting very, very interesting. Also, that IWGP World Heavyweight Championship is going to have a new design. So
that's the first thing I thought about when I was like, "Ooh, what's the title going to look like?"
All their titles right now look vaguely similar. I don't particularly like the U.S. Championship one, just because it seems very confusing to me for some reason. So we'll we'll see.
Well, you think they'll go more towards the U.S. championship one?
I hope not. But I mean, my quick reaction is I don't like that they merged the titles. But the more I think about it, they have like 18 million titles, and this will just elevate the never open weight and the United States championships. So
that's the first thing I thought, and I thought, well, that just makes the U.S. title their secondary title to me, because same with WWE, right? Like if it was one brand still, and it was New Japan, I mean, it was the heavyweight title, and then you had Intercontinental and U.S. title. Remember, the Intercontinental and U.S. title used to get swallowed up.
Yeah.
And people talked about combining those titles then. So now that it's on two separate brands, it's able to live in their own mid-card perspective realms. So I'm happy for that they combined them. And now that, like you said, the heavyweight title and the US title, it just makes it more clear, and it makes it a little more like, okay, what are all the tournaments for exact? Like it also gives credence to the tournaments, right? Like
yeah.
But I had the same thought at first, but then I thought it out. So I get it. I definitely get it.
I mean, it also kind of elevates the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title as well.
Okay.
Which, just elevates all the singles titles because there's not 18,000 of them anymore. There's
18,000.
There's just one less. Neeson, you got anything else we want to talk about before we head on out?
No, not as far as wrestling, but guys, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Twitch, please follow me on Twitch at StayFlyLife. It's the same as all my other handles. I'm about to start Twitch streaming horror games. I'm still trying to figure out my Twitch stream life going on.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there, but I'm about to start Twitch streaming horror games. I just bought Little Nightmares. So Little Nightmares 2, actually. And just a heads up, so we interviewed Herb from WandaVision, and he actually DM'd me a couple of days ago and put me up on that game. And he was like, yo, if you get this game, he's like, if you like horror games, you got to get this game. And I said, oh, how'd you like it? He's like, well, I just been watching. He's like, I like it. I just been watching people play it on YouTube. And I was like, oh, I check it out. And he was like, well, don't check it out on YouTube because then it'll spoil the game. So you got to play it. I was like, all right, cool, man.
I've heard good things. One of my friends, I think, just beat it last week. I've heard very good things about it.
Yeah. So that's, if you want to follow that, please follow my Twitch channel. And then I'm gonna also try to start streaming. I have to figure out, but I want to start streaming N64 video games only, which are like, I want to start with WCW versus NWO World Tour. I want to do WCW versus NWO Revenge, and then go to WrestleMania 2000, then No Mercy. Then I do GoldenEye, Star Fox, and all the other great N64 games.
Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart. No, Smash Brothers. The first Smash Brothers was on GameCube, right? That was on GameCube. Yes.
Yeah. So not that one. Killer Instinct.
Dude, I had Killer Instinct for the Game Boy, and I loved that game. Man. I don't know why I had it for the Game Boy, but
combo breaker.
Yeah, I remember I hit a 100 combo once. Like I just stopped hitting buttons, and he just kept hitting the dude. I was like, this is weird. My childhood best friend, I actually went to see him today, and we were talking about, he used to beat my ass in Killer Instinct. I used to beat him in wrestling. He used to beat me in Killer Instinct. And when I say those 100 like combo breakers, he used to just kill me with the what's his name? I forget it. Saber, yeah. Kill me. And then so today I was telling him I want to do that, and he was just like, and I was like, I think about you because I eventually still want to beat you one day, guys. One day. So yeah. So if anybody wants to help me out of I could get an emulator stuff going. Yeah, I got you.
Because not a Mac. Yeah, because I don't want to put it all on my Mac. I can't do it all on my Mac.
Okay.
I can't.
All right, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, man, and let's all play. Let's play together, guys.
I mean, the dream is one day we can do a THS Twitch stream from the studio and play like, man, WCW NWO Revenge. That would be amazing. I would love to do that,
guys. Well, I mean, I'm there.
I know you're there.
I have rapid tests available for people if need be. So let me know.
All right. We'll see.
Plus, you got a new kid now. You got a new pup over there. It's kind of
waking up.
Hard.
Yeah, it's hard. I tried to play video games last night. It was rough. She was in my lap. It was a no go.
Are you gonna, before we get off, because again, guys, I told you at the top of the show, felt like I haven't talked to Pinkle, so this probably gonna be a catch up.
We talked on Wednesday.
Exactly, and it just feels like that. It's weird. Are you gonna play tonight?
To be determined. I would like to, because I feel like Double XP's ending on.
It is tonight. Or
I would like to play Zombies. I've only played it once.
Matter of fact. Yeah,
I will say I've almost leveled up, maxed out the 2 new guns already. So I did have a little bit of Yep.
Well, that's a lot of time. That is.
Well, it was all before Camilla showed up.
Right.
There she is.
Oh, look at that puff guy. Say hi to Killer Cam. Hi, Killer Cam. Hi.
She's such a sleepy little girl. It's so weird.
So she just want, like, she can't sleep without being under you.
I mean, she can, but it doesn't really. We're trying to crate train her right now, so that's what we're having the problems. And actually, I mean, while we're on the subject, Henson has been a complete angel the entire time. Thank you, Ken. But this little pup right here, deathly afraid of him. So, and he has done nothing to provoke.
Oh,
so we're trying. That's what's making it difficult, because that's why she's in here with me and not out there. Because we got to keep Henson on a leash, just so he doesn't get too close to her.
Well, can't wait to meet the new pup. Oh, hey, Cam.
Don't get up too much. Okay, I'm putting her back down.
Yep.
Hey, hi.
All right.
Okay, guys, that is our show. Make sure you go to facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, youtube.com/that hashtag show TV, twitch.tv/that hashtag show, and instagram.com/THS.wrestling. Make sure you check that out. Shout out to Justin. He takes care of a lot of the stuff over there. He does a great job, and we greatly appreciate him and all of his efforts to grow our little community. But most importantly, guys, that hashtag show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week.
Lashley.